You have studied English for years. You know grammar rules. You understand many words. You can read. You can even understand movies with subtitles. But when it is time to speak, your mind becomes blank. Your heart beats faster. Simple sentences become difficult. And later, you ask yourself, why can I not speak English? If this feels familiar, this video is for you. Today, you will understand the real reasons why you cannot speak English. Not the fake reasons, not the excuses, the real reasons. And once you understand them, you will know exactly what to fix. First, let us remove one lie from your mind. You cannot speak English not because you are not intelligent, not because you are too old, not because English is too difficult. Millions of people around the world learn English as a second language. They are not superhuman. The difference is method and mindset. The biggest reason you cannot speak English is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged, fear of sounding stupid. This fear stops your mouth before you even try. Think about a child learning to speak. The child makes thousands of mistakes. Nobody laughs seriously. Nobody expects perfection. The child keeps trying. That is why the child becomes fluent. But as adults, we want to sound perfect from the beginning. This pressure blocks our confidence. When you are afraid, your brain goes into protection mode. Instead of focusing on speaking, it focuses on avoiding embarrassment. Your vocabulary hides. Your grammar disappears. You forget even simple words. This is not because you do not know English. It is because fear is stronger than your knowledge. The second reason is that you focus too much on grammar. Many learners spend years studying tenses, rules, and structures. They solve exercises, they memorize patterns, but they rarely speak. Grammar is important, but grammar alone does not create fluency. Speaking is a skill, and every skill requires practice. You cannot learn swimming by reading a book. You must enter the water. In the same way, you cannot learn speaking by only reading grammar. When you try to speak, you think about rules. Is this present perfect or past simple? Should I use has or have? While you are thinking, the conversation moves forward. You become slow. You lose confidence. Fluency comes when sentences become automatic, and automation comes from repetition, not overthinking. The third reason is lack of input. Many learners do not listen to enough English daily. If your ears are not used to the sound of English, your mouth will not feel comfortable producing it. Language is music. You must hear it again and again. The rhythm, the pronunciation, the stress. When you listen regularly, your brain starts to recognize patterns naturally. Without enough listening, speaking feels unnatural. The fourth reason is translating in your mind. This is a big one. You think in your native language, then you try to translate into English. This process is slow. It creates pressure, and often translation does not work perfectly because languages have different structures. When you translate, you are building sentences twice. That is why speaking feels heavy and tiring. Fluent speakers do not translate, they think directly in English. This takes time, but it is possible. You start small. You name objects around you in English. You describe your actions in English. Slowly, your brain changes its habit. Another reason you cannot speak English is lack of real practice. Watching videos is good. Reading is good. But if you never open your mouth, improvement will be slow. Many learners wait for a perfect partner. They say, I have no one to practice with. But you can practice alone. You can talk to yourself. You can describe your day. You can record your voice. The problem is not lack of partner. The problem is lack of action. There is also the problem of perfectionism. You want to use difficult vocabulary. You want to sound like a native speaker. So you stay silent until you feel ready. But readiness comes after practice, not before it. Simple English is powerful. Clear communication is more important than complex words. If you can express your idea clearly, you are successful. Another hidden reason is negative self-talk. Maybe you say, my English is weak. I am bad at languages. I always make mistakes. When you repeat these sentences, your brain believes them. Your identity becomes connected to failure. Change your internal language. Instead of saying, I cannot speak English, say, I am improving my English. This small shift changes your confidence. Environment also matters. If you live in a place where nobody speaks English, you feel disconnected from the language. But today, technology gives you access to English everywhere. You can create your own environment at home. Change your phone language. Follow English pages, listen to podcasts, watch interviews. The more you surround yourself with English, the more natural it becomes. Another reason is impatience. You expect fast results. You practice for 2 weeks and see little change. Then you feel discouraged. But language learning is a long-term process. It's like building a muscle. Small daily practice creates visible change over months. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. 10 minutes daily is better than 2 hours once a week. Sometimes the problem is not English. The problem is confidence in general. If you are shy in your own language, you may feel shy in English too. So work on your communication skills overall. Practice speaking clearly, maintain eye contact, smile. Confidence grows with exposure. Another important factor is listening but not repeating. Many learners listen to English but do not imitate. Shadowing is powerful. When you hear a sentence, repeat it immediately. Copy the tone and rhythm. This trains your mouth muscles and improves pronunciation. If you only listen silently, your mouth does not practice movement. Speaking is physical. Your tongue and lips need training. Let us also talk about vocabulary overload. Some learners try to memorize long lists of words, but they don't use them in sentences. Vocabulary without usage disappears quickly. Learn phrases, not single words. Instead of learning decision, learn make a decision. Instead of experience, learn gain experience. Phrases make speaking easier because you don't build sentences from zero. Another reason you struggle to speak is overexposure to passive learning. Watching motivational videos about English is not the same as practicing English. Reading tips is not the same as speaking. Knowledge without action creates frustration. You know what to do, but you don't do it. Sometimes past embarrassment stops you. Maybe someone laughed at your pronunciation. Maybe a teacher corrected you harshly. That memory creates fear. But remember, mistakes are normal. Every fluent speaker once made basic errors. Do not let one moment define your future ability. You may also compare yourself too much with others. You see someone speaking fluently and think, I can never speak like that. But you don't see their journey. You don't see their years of practice. Comparison kills motivation.
Focus on your progress. Record yourself today. Record again after 3 months. You will see improvement. Another reason is lack of clear goals. If you say, I want to improve my English, it is too general. Why? For job interviews, for freelancing, for travel, for YouTube? When your goal is clear, your practice becomes focused. If your goal is conversation, practice conversation. If your goal is presentations, practice speaking alone on topics. Many learners also avoid discomfort. Speaking feels uncomfortable at first, so they return to activities that feel safe, like watching videos silently. Growth exists outside comfort. You cannot speak English because you're waiting to feel confident before speaking. But confidence comes after speaking many times. You cannot speak English because you treat it as a subject, not as a tool. English is not only grammar and exams, it is communication, it is expression. When you start using it to express real thoughts, it becomes alive. Now understand this clearly. You do not need perfect grammar to speak. You need courage and repetition. Even broken English can communicate ideas. Start small. Speak 1 sentence daily, then 2, then 3. Have short conversations. Increase slowly. Forgive yourself for mistakes. Celebrate small progress. Be patient. Your brain is capable of learning languages. It learned one already. It can learn another. The question is not, why can I not speak English? The better question is, am I practicing speaking regularly without fear? If you remove fear, reduce overthinking, increase listening, practice daily, and stay consistent, speaking will improve naturally. Right now, the only difference between you and someone fluent is practice and confidence. You are not incapable, you are untrained, and training starts with action. After this video ends, speak for 2 minutes about your day. Do not think too much, just speak. Make mistakes, continue. Your voice will shake at first, that is normal. But if you repeat this daily, one day you will speak without fear. Fluency is not magic, it is daily effort. Stop waiting, stop doubting, start speaking. Your English is not locked, it is waiting for you to use it.